Hi. So it's 2 o'clock. Welcome. Thank you all for your interest in being a Children's Environmental Health Day partner. I am Kristie Trousdale, Deputy Director of the Children's Environmental Health Network, and we're also known as CEHN. So today I will just be giving you the briefest information about being a Children's Environmental Health Day partner, hopefully no more than 15 minutes. And then, at any point you can enter in some questions into the chat box, and hopefully we'll have about 15 minutes after I'm done talking to answer those questions. So again, I'm with the Children's Environmental Health Network, or CEHN. We are a national nonprofit. We've been around for almost 30 years, and we support rigorous independent science around children's environmental health, and then we help to move that science forward by providing effective education and training for multiple audiences, the general public, and for key decision makers to enact, protective child policies and action. We also raise awareness around children's environmental health and advocate for sound child protective policies. And so really, along this vein of raising the visibility of children's environmental health issues and their solutions, especially for those children who are most vulnerable, children of color and children who are living in poverty, we established Children's Environmental Health Day, or CEH Day, in 2016, which is really why we're all here today. We're here to talk about that. So CEH Day is on the second Thursday of every October, and this year it is on October 8th. It is a day of raising awareness and a day of mobilizing individuals and organizations to stand up for the health of our environment, for the health of our children, and for health equity. The goal of focusing a significant collective action and advocacy into a single day is to trend. We need to greatly increase the visibility of the issues and solutions. We also know that we need to prioritize children's environmental health throughout the year, right? So I want everyone to think about CEH Day as an anchor for the year-round children's environmental health movement. We can use the day as a platform to celebrate any progress that's being made, recent successes, as well as to look forward to the year ahead, to assess our needs and the direction we need to take to continue our momentum or to regain any lost ground. It's a way to hold ourselves accountable and to make sure we have a path forward to protect children. Before I continue with the slides, just take a second to jot down the URL that's shown at the bottom on this slide, because you can find all the information that I'm about to share with you on this landing page on our site. Now I don't seem to see my advance the slide feature. Oh no, where did that go? Hang on one second. There we go. So I just want to start off by emphasizing that CEH Day is not a CEHN only effort. CEHN did establish the day 5 years ago, and we currently manage it similar to the way that the Earth Day Network manages Earth Day, right? They create resources that anyone can use and they build and galvanize that movement. But CEH Day does belong to everyone. So please view this as a platform to highlight your work to protect children's health. Now, we do at my organization celebrate CEH Day each year. We have an event and a Twitter chat, and both of these activities invite, individuals and partners to participate and to promote their own efforts. So our event this year is going to be obviously a day-long virtual live stream broadcast over our Facebook Live and our YouTube channels. And there's going to be a mix of live and pre-recorded segments, both educational and creative segments. So key among these are our 15th Annual Child Health Advocate Awards and a panel discussion with the awardees. We'll also be putting on a really fun children's sustainable fashion show. And we'll also have an eco books story time and music performances for young children. And we're also requesting that folks submit to us their ideas for pre-recorded segments. So partners, anyone really interested in submitting, a 5-minute segment or even a half-hour or an hour-long segment, if it's a panel discussion, can submit their ideas to us until August 31st is the deadline. And they can access that submission form on our landing page. We will also host our annual CEH Day Twitter chat at noon on October 8th. And this year's chat theme is on climate change and children's health. Very important and timely topic considering the storms hitting Louisiana, the wildfires out west. Again, more details on these activities can be found on our website. So in addition to CEHN's activities for CEH Day, we've also put together a platform that supports and promotes the CEH Day activities of everyone. So visitors who want to get involved can navigate the information on our site according to whether they are individuals, families, or community members, whether they're nonprofit organizations, businesses, or government agencies, or offices at any level. The resources and inspiration provided includes guidance and toolkits. So for instance, we have a promotional toolkit that has ready-made social media messages and images. So very easy for your social media teams to plug in. We also have a proclamations request toolkit so that anyone can, in under 5 minutes, request a city or a state proclamation. And we also have a proclamations advocacy toolkit. So once someone's obtained proclamations, they can put those proclamations to work to advance local children's environmental health related campaigns. We also provide an event guidebook to help individuals or organizations organize their own CEH Day event. We also provide congressional messaging platforms. And we also have a map on our site of all the CEH Day events and activities happening across the country, at least the ones that are being told about. The map is searchable by city, state, type of event or the title of the event, and the host organization, and it displays the event dates, locations, and websites. So it's really easy if you do plan to have a Children's Environmental Health Day event. It's really easy to list your event or activity. Quick and painless process via a submission form accessed on our website. So on to partnership. Very briefly, as a CEH Day partner, you would be expected to participate in CEHN's activities for October 8th. This would mean joining our Twitter chat conversation at noon about climate change and children's health, and attending our Child Health Advocate Awards panel discussion from 1 to 2:30 p.m. on that same day. We don't expect our partners to participate in or view all 11 hours of our virtual programming that day, but hopefully you would have some time to check out some of the other great segments that our partners are submitting. Partners are also asked to encourage their audiences, their constituents, to join CEHN's activities as well, and to take action and embark on their own activities, hopefully finding support from the resources I mentioned on the last slide. And lastly, partners may, this isn't an expectation, but organize your own activities as well. So the benefits of becoming a CEH Day partner, pretty obvious, I would say. We've built a platform to showcase your commitment to advancing children's environmental health, to highlight your initiatives through a child's health lens specifically, and a children's environmental health lens. We know that protecting children's health is one of the most compelling rationales, right? That galvanizes and drives change, especially when it comes to environmental health. You can leverage the day to launch a new initiative, release a report, or any other resources that you've developed. And this can obviously help amplify your fundraising efforts in support of this work, or just to show funders that you are a part of a systemic approach and a growing movement of advocates that are taking this really comprehensive approach towards protecting children and future generations. Your organization's logo will be posted to the CEH Day webpage and in social media partner shoutouts, and you'll join and connect with a diverse and vibrant community of children's environmental health leaders from multiple sectors and perspectives. So again, we briefly touched on the partner expectations, but in more detail, partners are expected to promote CEH Day, not just on the day. We really ask our partners to start promoting the day now as soon as possible, using or customizing our ready-made promotional messaging that's found on our website. And we ask folks to start messaging as soon as possible, because we want your audiences to take some sort of action, right? Requesting state and city proclamations, or messaging their congressional leaders, writing in their blogs, anything like that. We also ask that you motivate your audiences to participate in the Twitter chat and the streaming event that we're hosting, and any other activities, and to host their own activities. We expect partners to RSVP for and participate in our Twitter chat on climate change and children's health, and to also participate in and attend our Child Health Advocate Awards and panel discussion on the 8th. So really what we're looking for is your dedicated attendance for our Twitter chat and our awards panel between the hours of 12 and 2:30 p.m. on October 8th at a minimum. And the last item on this slide is optional. Again, it's highly encouraged. There's still time. You have until August 31st to pitch us your idea for a pre-recorded educational or entertaining segment or segments for our live stream event. It's a really simple process. If you have a great idea of a panel discussion or a fireside chat, or just a 5-minute, of your executive director explaining why children's environmental health is critical to your mission, pitch that to us, and we'll be going through and making some decisions in early September. You can also obviously host your own CEH Day activity. Either way, though, you just figure out a way to leverage the day. Showcase your efforts related to children's environmental health. And if you can't this year, please plan ahead. It's always going to be the second Thursday of every October, and we'd love for you to be putting that in your calendars and thinking of how you can really take advantage of that day. So on this slide, I've just provided some examples of partner activities over the years, in addition to things like promoting the day, participating in the chat, maybe posting a blog piece on Children's Environmental Health Day. These are some activities that went above and beyond, including a university department, I forget which one, and the state Department of Health down in Kentucky hold an annual Children's Environmental Health Summit on Children's Environmental Health Day, although I know this year's been a little different. I think they've done some sort of virtual seminars that have already begun, actually. New York State launched their Children's Environmental Health, statewide centers in 2019 on CEH Day. The Black Millennials for Flint obtained a Memphis state proclamation in 2019, and they held a really cute children's poster competition for the day. There's been many, many great examples of creative ideas that partners have used to promote their efforts, but also celebrates Children's Environmental Health Day and really raise the visibility of important issues for all of our kids. The last thing I want to add or to emphasize is whatever you choose to do, please add your activities to our map. And please encourage your audiences to take some sort of action and add them to the map as well. It's great if folks take action, but if nobody knows about it, that makes it a little more challenging. It doesn't matter if it's a small action, such as requesting a city proclamation or a state proclamation, or something bigger like hosting a workshop or a virtual symposium. If somebody's going out and planting a tree with their child, anything like that, we want someone to add it to our map. We want the map to be as full as possible because that really inspires more people to take action for healthier environments and healthier kids. And we really want, that sort of empowerment to spread. So this is why we sincerely appreciate your interest in partnership and why we really need your partnership. So these are just a few of our 2019 partners. There were last year about 40 diverse organizations, including those focused on public health, healthcare, and housing, national school and childcare organizations, health advocacy organizations, environmental groups and green groups, equity and environmental justice organizations, and youth-led climate action orgs, among other sectors. So, it's a pretty broad reach, and we're hoping to broaden it every year. So far, this year, we have about 35 partners signed on, and it's still growing. So, we hope to have many more join us before October, including some of you. So if you would like to be a Children's Environmental Health Day partner, please contact us. You can email either myself or Hannah Gross, who's also on the webinar today, our program assistant. And please do make sure to check out cehn.org/CEH and check out all of our resources and information about the live stream event, Twitter chat, and other activities that are happening across the country. So with that, I know that was a lot of information thrown at you really quickly. I will stop talking and we'll take some of your questions.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes.
Hi, my name is Nate Scott.
Hi.
I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, and sorry for my tardiness. I was wondering, do you have it recorded for distribution?
We do.
Okay.
Yes. And since you registered, we've got your email, and we'll make sure that you receive a copy of it.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful, thanks.
Sure.
We do have a couple of questions coming in from chat. One is there a charge to submit a programming proposal for CEH Day? And there is not.
Thank you, Hannah.
And then another is from Emma is, when is the deadline to become a partner? Kristie, if you want to take that.
That's a really good question. I don't think we set one, and we probably should, because some of the benefits include, social media shout outs. Hannah, that might be a question for you as our social media manager.
Yeah, so the more pressing deadline would be submitting a proposal, because that does impact our producing of the live stream and any pre-recorded segments. As far as partnering, we would want advance notice to be able to post your logo and, there's a calendar up here, so I'm looking at, enough time to do adequate social media outreach. So I would say by September 17th would be lovely.
Great. And let's be sure to put that information on our site as well.
I will.
Great. Good questions. Keep them coming.
Hi, this is Anita Paulson with the Florida Department of Health. Can you hear me?
Hi. Hi, Anita.
Hi, how are you?
It's nice to meet you. I think we've emailed.
Sorry, I don't have the video on.
That's okay.
So we actually submitted as a proposal for a segment, and I didn't realize you just mentioned, you suggested like 5 minutes or even 30 minutes, and then you said an hour if it's the panel. I might have submitted something a little bit too long. Know if I should, in that case, if say you were interested, but it was a little bit too long, would you just suggest that we made it shorter, or should I submit something?
So we're planning to, after the 31st, go through everything that was submitted to us, and we're planning to be incredibly flexible in how we, piece together the day and the schedule, and we'll probably come back to folks with ideas for maybe reframing or adjusting the time or anything like that. So we're trying to keep it pretty flexible right now.
So if I just leave it for now, and you can tell us. I realize that there's a limit to how many you can accommodate, but you could just let us know if it would be okay if it was shorter.
Yes, definitely, and it's good to know that you're flexible on that as well. So.
Oh, and by the way, then you also just said that it should be pre-recorded, and when I submitted it, it looked to me like there was an option for a live stream. Does it have to be pre-recorded? Because that we have to get some approvals and things. So the deadline for pre-recorded events seems to be a bit short. Or shorter.
Yes. Right now, we're asking for pre-recorded segments, and I think I think the deadline to submit them, after we accept, the ideas or the pitches, and talk to folks about, exactly what the content will be or how long the segment will be. I think we give them until the end of September.
September 24th.
September 24th. Thank you, Hannah, to submit the videos to us.
Okay. Okay. I guess I can also email you and discuss it.
It's okay. Some others might be interested in hearing all of this as well. So appreciate the question.
We do have a couple other questions coming in through chat. One is, what types of things or progress have resulted from previous CEH days for CEH and its partners, and what should be our expectations? It's an awesome question.
That's an excellent question. And Hannah and I were just discussing this. You know, again, partners have in the past, you know, actually used their involvement in CEH Day in funding proposals where they needed to demonstrate that they are a part of a more systemic approach in their work. Others have commented on the fact that they have, this year is a little different because everything's virtual, but by, you know, attending our events and being a part, you know, a partner, getting to meet with and be a part of a really stimulating, broad community of child health advocates, and really sort of broadening their own reach and increasing their visibility. As far as progress overall, the past few years clearly have been difficult. We've seen many, over 100 rollbacks on environmental policies that can affect children's health. So that's really tough, and that's part of what the discussion is, right? It's celebrating any wins that we may have, new ideas, but also it's a chance to have a conversation about what needs to happen. And it's a chance to really raise awareness and galvanize folks to make a difference and to improve the situation for kids.
And Kristie also mentioned earlier being able to hold people accountable, especially with getting proclamations from mayors and governors. I know organizations have been able to reference that in their work and continue to hold their elected representatives accountable and really make good use of that throughout the year in their initiatives moving forward.
That's right. And we make that easy because we provide them all the tools that they could possibly need to leverage their proclamations. Does anyone else have any other questions?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
Given this is going to be my first year engaging in this area, I would definitely appreciate having an opportunity to have a conversation to find out what has been done in the past, but also to see how to best leverage my personal resources to bridge the gap in areas. One question I have for you deals with the timing of that, meaning what steps should I take to schedule the time to have the conversation with the appropriate person that can kind of bring me up to speed. And then the other is, like I'm in Florida, and I just heard Anita say that she was in Florida. I'd love to find out where there are other opportunities to connect with people that are in this space that are looking to do things, to see where there could be some collaboration.
Excellent. So thank you for that question. And please feel free to email me. My email address is on the slide right there, Kristie. And I'd be happy to get on the phone with you and to chat. And as far as connecting with others, other partners, you know, that's something that we can, you know, we have in the past connected partners to each other. And that's something that we're always able to do, because that's really the whole point of what we're trying to do, which is to build and grow our movement and to make it as diverse and comprehensive as we possibly can. And we need folks to to connect with each other, especially you and Anita in Florida and elsewhere. So I know, as far as I know, I mean, Anita, I'm sure would be interested in connecting as well. And you can speak up if otherwise, but I don't think that would be a problem.
How many people are on here right now?
I actually have to hang up. I'm really sorry, but Kristie, I can send, you know, I can share my email with you, and I'm happy to share it with Nate. It would be great to talk, but I have to go for another call.
No problem. No problem. Thank you. But Nate, just do give me an email. Send me an email, and we can talk further about that.
How many people on right now?
I see
We have 22 participants at the moment,
Okay.
but we did have about 40 signed up for the webinar, as well as our previous webinar a few weeks ago. And related, Emma just asked about pre-recording, and I think that's another great opportunity for matchmaking to help share capacity, like you were mentioning, Nate. So if anyone is interested in trying to figure out how to make it work with a lighter lift, please let us know. There might be others in a similar situation, or others with different capacity that might match up with yours to help make something work.
Thank you, Hannah. And also, Nate, there's beyond the folks who are attending this webinar who may or may not decide to be partners, although I hope all of you do decide to be CEH Day partners. We already have 35 partners signed on. You can find who they are on our website. We have a slider that shows all of their logos, and hopefully we'll be adding some more soon.
Got it. And the reason I asked that question, because in various settings, especially like this, and the reason I asked how many were on here right now was at some point in time would be great to hear from each one to see who we are, so that in turn they can immediately look at where those bridges actually are. So many times we get on this and it's like everybody's working in their own silo, but so much can happen if it's actually built like a community, so that in turn we're working collectively for a common goal. Otherwise, it ends up not getting the movement that you really want to have. So.
I completely agree. Thank you. Yeah.
And I will gladly share my information.
Thank you so much. I completely agree.
People who are interested in sharing their information, if you want to just let me know, since we have everyone's email addresses from signing up, I'm happy to make a document that can help with matchmaking that way too.
Thank you, Hannah. Are there any other questions?
We did have one other in chat from Hannah, asking if I would send out a follow-up with all of the links that have been in the chat, and I'll be sending out a follow-up email with recording, helpful links, and if anyone wants to share their information, just let me know and I can provide a link to more information for each of us.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And again, do reach out if you think of other questions to ask, and I really do hope that you'll join us for Children's Environmental Health Day or for anything else. You know, always feel free to drop us a line. We're happy to chat. Thanks so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Cynthia. I'm trying to copy it down.